Why are boomers so entitled?
This guy's story reminded me of something I saw happen out in public one time. Me and the family were at a Jason's Deli, and I was sort of standing offset from the counter, waiting for my little buzzer to go off and pick up my food. And I heard some yelling, and I was close to the yelling, but you know how like sometimes you can't quite catch what's happening until your ears sort of start paying attention to it. And so there's this really quick volley, and then all of a sudden I hear this young woman go, "But I told you it's not yours. You've come up here 3 times, and I told you the buzzer would go off when it's your food." And this older lady, probably about 65 or so, starts to mumble something about it, but it's hers. And she said, "But it's not yours. One of the entree is the same thing you ordered, and the other entree is clearly not something you've ordered. And you kept coming up here asking, I told you over and over. And now I have to remake someone else's food because you picked it up and tried to walk away with it. And now legally I have to remake it. And now they have to wait longer because you simply couldn't do what you were told." She's like, "I swear to God." She goes, "I'm so tired of you old people that just can't follow the rules and think you can do whatever you want when you come in here. And it's so exhausting." And the little girl runs into the back after yelling at this lady. And I'm like, oh, I'm loving it, right? I'm like, I'm so proud of her for standing up. I'm so proud of her for saying what so many people, especially in the restaurant service industry, have wanted to say, right? And so this happens, and the manager down at the other end, if you're familiar with like a Jason's Deli, it's like a real long front counter. And the manager just hears her yelling at a customer and doesn't know what's going on. And she runs over and she's like, "Where's so and so?" And this other young woman, probably late 20s, early 30s, as the manager goes to go in the back, seemingly to reprimand this girl for screaming at a customer, grabs her firmly by the arm. And I'm not kidding. She goes like ninja grip, right? And like, let's just call her Jane Doe, the manager. And she's like, "Jane, do not go back there and yell at her. That woman was told over and over and over again to stop trying to grab food that wasn't hers. She was told over and over and over again to wait her turn, and she just came up, and now we have to make someone else's food over because she tried to walk away with food that wasn't hers. Please do not go back there and yell at her for something that we have all wanted to do." And the manager sort of had this like moment of, "I'm the boss and you're not gonna," and then there was this sort of clarity that rolled over her face, and she just sort of nodded like, "You know what, you're right." And it really is this testament, right? The whole thing is, the customer's always right, and that expression is bullshit. The expression is the customer is right in matters of taste. But at some point, when your customers are being a detriment to not only their own service but the service that others are supposed to receive, you've got to just tell them what's up. You've got to just put them in their place. And this is like, yeah, there are like crappy customers across the board, but I've worked service multiple times. I've been in hospitality multiple times. I've spent a long time on customer like front end residential facing tech work, both in management and frontline. And there is no one that disrespects the boundaries of what is supposed to happen like the baby boomer generation. I'm not saying it's unique to them. Anybody that works in customer service in any capacity knows that that's not true. But there's no one that just thinks they can do whatever they want like a baby boomer. And I was just so proud of this kid. There's God knows how much of this shit she had went through until she finally fucking snapped, and it was an absolute thing of beauty.